The Global Leadership Track is a blended learning journey with online lessons that kids do individually, followed up by a course meeting time every week. It's highly experiential and it's developmental in 3 areas: identity, community, and purpose.
Have some family. I have family.
These connections, I feel so connected.
I think if you put any grade 9 student on the spot and say, tell me about yourself, they might say, well, my favourite sport is this, or I like to do this on the weekend. Whereas these students, through the work of GLT and the modules and what we do, they can really articulate things like their strengths, their dreams.
It's clearly about students being invited on a journey of seeing their own preferences, their own passions, what matters to them in the world, what kind of leader they might want to be.
I guess I was just taught it, being around my mom and my family.
My personality, my beliefs, my understandings, independence, justice.
I think we've got 63 nationalities in the school altogether. I doubt that any of these kids are just going to be staying here. More than half of them have got expat parents. They've already experienced that life of living overseas. I'd be very surprised if any of those kids settle quietly back into whatever their country of origin was. And I think this cultural intelligence is just coming along so quickly that very few of us in the future will reside in just one place for all of our lives. We will all increasingly need a set of skills which not just let us work with other people, but consciously make us work with people from different countries and different cultures.
And they're not asked these questions anywhere else. They're questions that require someone to really listen to them, appreciate them, and there has to be enough trust in the room. And I think the Global Leadership Track creates that from day one.
This is about us realizing where we are so we can learn how to step into someone else's shoes at times and then come back. So you have an identity that's probably more on the individual side or the community side.
I believe that I can adapt to both.
I always think if I think something else, I'm going to raise conflict, and I don't want conflict. I try to avoid conflict.
Individuality, definitely. GLT is like my little therapy session.
It definitely showed me exactly what my strengths and my weaknesses are, but at the same time it also shows you how to use both of them in the same aspect to help you, like with your life.
Coming here kind of really helps me adapt to how I am and how I think of myself. I didn't know my strengths, my values, and I didn't actually know to ask myself that stuff. And then after coming to GLT and asking myself that stuff, I found myself more aware of myself and the community.
We don't exactly know who we are right now, and to find out
The nitty-gritty
stuff, and you're like, oh my god, wait a minute, who am I? What do I want from life?
These skill sets aren't being taught in schools.
It had a huge impact on me on the power and importance of this course.
I guess I'm thrilled by the idea that the kids are being given a set of learnings for life which must make them successful.
It makes you stop and go, what have we been doing in our teaching for the last few years?
They're ready for it right now. They're hungry for it right now. They're asking all these questions, so we need to give them the tools to explore in a healthy way.